What's up, man?
Man, it's Tuesday.
2026.
Yes, sir.
So, how's your new year shaping up so far?
It's try to take a little break, take a deep breath, see what we're going to do this year. Last year was rough. It was great, but money was really tight for people to do stuff.
Yeah, I noticed that in everything across the board, in all industries and event stuff, everything. Our economy's supposed to be up right now, but it was kind of, I guess everyone's kind of afraid to spend. I'm not sure.
I can't put my finger on it because money's out there. They say the economy is good. I think it's still kind of bad. It's hard to eat. I know a lot of people out there are struggling with just day to day.
Yeah.
Let alone doing anything extraterrestrial like go out and eat.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everything is. It's weird, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's something I feel like we got to roll with the punches no matter what, you know.
It's got to turn around. I mean,
yeah.
The market's good. I think we're going to be all right. I think the first quarter is going to be telling.
I like how everyone's like, oh, next quarter's going to be better. Like, I was in oil and gas for a long time, and it was just always funny. And you've probably been around those people around here for years, but it's like, they're always like, oh, man, the new quarter, the first of the year, we're going to have like 20 more rigs running. And then you get to by the second quarter, I'm like, hey, man, what happened? First year is going to pick up. Like, you never know, man.
Yeah, I had the hardest year I've ever had in business but it was a good year, but I had scrap.
Yeah.
A lot of scrapping, you know.
Yeah.
Don't like scrapping. I went through COVID, man. I didn't have to leave my house. You just, no problem. But this is like, you have to actually go out and work.
Yeah, and in real estate, too. That was a boom right there.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
Yeah. Like, the people that, I noticed the people that were getting into it at that time, I'm like, you guys have no clue.
No.
You have no clue. Like, you think it's going to be like this all the time. You have no idea.
You got to fight.
Yeah. So, let's talk about some stuff, man. First off, I don't know you that well. We've crossed paths a couple times, had a few conversations, but let's just jump into kind of your story and tell me how you got your organization going and all that.
Okay, so natural gas boomed, the Haynesville shale hit. Married happily, got a couple kids. Come from a really bad childhood, not anyone's fault in particular. My mom was always broke. Anyway, I turned in my taxes and my TPA says, well, I see you're not tithing. I was like, that's my business. He goes, you need to tithe. God's got control of everything. Well, my brother had passed away on Christmas, not too far, or not too, it was right there on it. And I was like, yeah. So I went home. I got mad at him. I had a couple White Russians. That's my drink of choice. So it was. I don't drink that much. And I got on Facebook and I said, does anybody need any help with Christmas? Because my mom struggled mightily. I was like, I got 20 kids, no problem. Fixed them all up. Took care of it. Took the receipts back to him. I said, how you like that? He goes, what's a start? So that's when I knew I was in trouble. So the next year, I think we helped about 18 kids. And then I started doing it out of my minivan. Didn't have a name, no nonprofit, just going.
What were you doing for them? Like, is this Christmas time?
Christmas,
stuff? Okay.
Christmas, yeah, Christmas. It was great.
Just getting presents and kind of. How did you vet those at the time?
I didn't vet them at all. I just first come, first serve.
Okay.
Mama called me. I said, "What's the 3 things you want?" We made it happen, and it gave me some joy. You know, I would go to the Walmart at the end of when I was done with everything. I'd go pay some layaways off, and those were some fun conversations. And then my best friend said, you need to name it something. I named it Roy's Kids. My brother's name was Roy, died on Christmas Day. He never had any kids. He'd give the shirt off his back. And I was like, that's going to work. And then my title attorney, Jeff Norris, goes, you're going to go to prison if you don't be a nonprofit. I was like, okay. So 12 years later, we're a nonprofit. We helped about 60,000 kids over that period of time. And we're doing pretty well. We vet Kayla Leto and her sister Suzanne. They vet everybody, and I didn't like that. I don't like vetting people because I don't want to make a mistake. But you know what? They're good at it.
Yeah, you have to, man.
I know.
There's like, there's just like we're doing a giveaway downstairs for crawfish. Like, I help those guys with the marketing all down here, you know, and there's people calling up there saying they won. Like, we haven't even announced the winners yet. I'm
That's
like,
awesome,
dude. It's just that you have to deal with that kind of crap all the time.
I've had it all. I mean, we scratch out the UPC levels. I have people 3 or 4 different names come through, and it's the same person, and I'm just like, we're not stupid, you know. But a lot of people think it's a government funded thing, and it's not. We've received 0 money from the government, the state, or the city. Nothing. Not even Not even an attaboy. So we're totally self-funded. We're going to do our event at the Chef's Table March 21st here with you guys, and it'll be our third year here, and that's how we fund it. We do a golf tournament, and I regularly beg for money, and I don't take a salary, so it helps me. I mean, some of these, you can look them up. They make some really good money running nonprofits.
Well, a lot of nonprofits. Well, I mean, most of them. God, dude, it's like, I don't know what Josh will be back up here in a second. He's running to grab something, but like, we can look at the numbers of the average nonprofit of what that percentage is they actually give back.
I'd say 85%, maybe 90%, because we don't have taxes. We have homeowners insurance, which is like $3,300, and probably $5,000 to run the building. So under $10,000, and we probably raise $100 a year.
So yeah, you're doing great.
Yeah, and we're going to keep doing.
A lot of them are flip flop. It's like they have all that admin fee because it's so big, and they have all these employees, and then by the time they get to the actual give portion, it's like slim. You know what I mean?
The first 5 years, I lost a lot of money doing it, and I lost a lot of sleep and time. And my wife just kind of would be like, "You sure you want to keep doing this?" And now it's just like she leaves me alone. She just said, "You do you," and just as long as it doesn't get in the way, which it does sometimes, but for the most part, it's just me. My wife doesn't do it. My kids don't do it. They've all done it. Excuse me, but they're not interested, and I don't want them to do. I want them to do it. Chase your dreams.
Yeah. So what does the program look like, and kind of how's it developed, and like just kind of lay it all out for me.
You got a kid. His name's Anthony. He's 8 years old. He goes to Benton High, I just messed that up. He goes to Benton.
Yeah.
And you don't have money for his backpack, his school stuff. We don't do clothes. Sometimes Kayla gives in. We don't do school fees. Sometimes Mike gives in. So we make sure that kid has everything he needs. And here's why: he's the future.
So it's not just Christmas stuff.
In a perfect world, we just do back to school. But
Gotcha.
it started with Christmas.
Okay.
But it's
Gotcha.
we do a lot of back to school, and we try to help. I mean, we don't give money to if we do that, we're never going to get anywhere.
Well, yeah, money's one of those things, man. You know, there's a reason. Like, unfortunately, there's a few reasons why someone cannot get those things. It might be because they're not good with money, or they don't have enough. But if there's someone not good with money, and then you're giving them money, you think you're going to get what they need in the first place.
If I give somebody $100 that's in that situation, they blow it real quick, and then they're looking for another $100.
Yeah.
I would rather just make sure their kid has a couple of things that he wants for Christmas, and everything he needs to succeed in school. And if he does good and writes an essay, sometimes we give scholarships out. I think last year we gave out about 26 scholarships.
And that's for what is that? What age do you give those out at?
When they get out of high school.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's enough to pay for your first round of books. It's nothing. It's not going to change the world. But
hey, that's helpful, man.
I had a lady call me. She goes, "You don't understand." We were right there, and I think I gave her a $500 check. She goes, it was $452. Now that kid's going to be a doctor, hopefully show back up and help. And I always tell people, the essay is, what would you do to make Shreveport-Bossier a better place? Period. That's all I want. How long has it got to be? Make it, write it, send it. So I've got some pretty good ones.
What's some of your favorites?
I had one young man say he would like to just talk to everybody and tell them what they're doing wrong and why they're doing it wrong, and why they shouldn't listen to somebody that's telling them they're doing it wrong if they're not doing it right. It's just, this kid was on his game. He goes, no one's doing anything. I'll give you an example. Nonprofits, there's going to be 44 backpack drives next year. 44. Yeah. There should be one.
Yeah.
You should go to your school, and they say, hey, you don't have a backpack? Go see Mr. Mike in the auditorium. What's your favorite color? Blue. Boom. All your school supplies and your fees. Have a great year. Done. Instead of having to beg or having your mom go get 2 or 3 backpacks. They do it all the time. And I'm just like, you're taking away from somebody else. Just take what you need.
Yeah.
They take too much.
Yeah. I get that.
I
didn't think about that.
All the time.
And there's no way to control that.
Like I said, Kayla's pretty good.
Well, I'm saying, but from you, but like from going to another one.
No,
there's no way.
We had a little kid about 3 years ago, and I walked out to some backpacks, and there's a couple of backpacks on the floorboard. I said, well, y'all went, well, we already got some. I was like, why am I here? I looked at the mom. I was like, really? You're going to teach them this early? I was devastated. I had to go home. But you can't take it home with you. You just got to say, okay. We try to help as many as we can. We try to help them right. So, like, if there's 10 kids and the parents do right, we help 10 kids. If the parents don't do right,
What do you think's been your most fulfilling moment so far?
Kayla showing up and helping me. The last 4 years have been like, I told her, I was like, I'm going to run you off. Everybody that's ever helped me has left because I'm a lot and I get really excited, very excitable. So if I see a squirrel, I mean, I'm that guy, squirrel. This year is really fulfilling because I know it's going to be, if I just leave it alone and let it work, it works itself. The last couple, 3, 4, 5 years, 6 years, I've worked really hard to make everything right. My mother-in-law helped me. She got mad at me. She quit. She came back. I miss her so much. She's in heaven. And I told Kayla, I was like, she would be so, I almost cry every time I talk about it. She would be so proud of you helping us because we can't do it without people. And I try to tell people there's no wrong way to help a kid. And I get a lot of people that, well, we're going to pray for you. I was like, give us some money or some backpacks or some toys, you know. I had a friend call me once. He goes, man, I want to help you. I don't have any money. I said, you don't have $10 in a Barbie doll? He goes, that's not going to help anybody. I said, that'll help a 7-year-old kid. He brought me 2 Barbie dolls, $20. That's a kid.
Yeah.
Now, that was like 5 or 6 or 7 years ago. It's different now. It's about $100 a kid. Do you want to try to get them 2 or 3 things?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, because I mean, a backpack was $20, $30. A decent one.
A decent one is
$30 probably.
Yeah. And
then school supplies, or I mean, well, that's enough. $50.
Yeah. Minimum.
Yeah.
You know.
And then anything else, I mean, there you go. That's already damn $80.
It's tough, and we stop. We do like 2 to 12, so 12 years old, and that's expensive.
Yeah,
you know? I prefer the 8-year-olds. They're so much easier.
Yeah, man. Get a little Spider-Man backpack and let them go.
Here's an action figure. See you later.
Yeah, they're so happy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, that's yeah, because I wasn't sure. I knew you guys did the drive, and I knew you did that, but I didn't know all of what that entailed. And actually, you know, so golf tournament. How long you been doing that?
First one.
This is your first one coming up, or you just had
just
one?
did one.
Okay,
and I'm going to be honest with you. I went to lunch with Tom Bordelon. He's a friend of mine. He's a lawyer, and we were talking about something. We're doing something else, and he goes, "You ought to do a golf tournament." I said, "I don't golf." He goes, "You don't need a golf." He goes, "I'll make it happen." So I called a couple of the golf courses, and I didn't like the response. I talked to Nathan over at Corby's. He goes, "I got you, man." He goes, "No problem. The golfers will pay for your tournament. You sell your sponsorships." We made $21,000. They had a blast. It was unbelievable. We've already rescheduled it for October 20th next year. Or this year. We're in 2026.
Yeah,
it's going to be great. I'm going to take up golf. I'm going to suck at it, but I mean, those people, they have disposable money.
Yeah, and it's. I don't know. It's anytime you can get some people together, they might have a couple beers, play golf all day long. They have a good time. They're a little more. I don't know. They're just more giving too. I feel like those guys. I've done a lot of golf tournaments, and that's what got me into like cooking and stuff, and was hanging out. But I've done some of the best networking at those things.
I was kind of hoping you're going to do our golf tournament. I think we talked about that.
Yeah, we'll look at the calendar.
And when you hit 9 and you start going the other way, feed them.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
We'll look at the calendar. If we can line it up, we will. Because I enjoy it, and I don't get to do it that much anymore. I talked to Chase and Aces about it too, like about doing some stuff. But it's just like, man, I just got to make it the time to get. But like once a year is easy. But like doing them over there a lot, I can't.
October 20th, baby.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great.
Yeah, we'll look at doing that, man. Because that's the funniest thing, man. We just set up on a hole, make some. We call them whiskey chops. They're like I do like a bone-in pork chop.
Now I haven't eaten lunch, so
I'm gonna rub it in. I'm gonna kill you. So we do like a bone-in pork chop, and I'll glaze it like a whiskey barbecue glaze, and smoke them, and just here's this in a piece of foil, and you keep on about your business, you know.
Can we make one of those when I leave?
Yeah, I guess I can go look and see if we got it.
I've heard only good things about you, by the way. I've been watching your stuff for a while, and I remember I reached out to you, and said, "Hey, what about me?" And you're like, "Yeah, we'll catch up," and then you took the ball and ran with it.
Well, and I'm glad you look. Props to you for reaching out, because like I hit walls. Like I have a Rolodex of people that are kind of in my mental list, you know, to put on, and then I'll talk to someone, and then I'll forget, and then the worst is people reach out, and this is not a business podcast, right? I mean, I have local people on. Everyone's in some type of business, right?
Correct.
But a lot of people reach out to me, and they've never watched anything, and so they have no idea, and they're immediately like, "Can I come on? I have so and so business." I'm like, dude. So you want to come on my show and do free advertising for your business? I can tell you never watched it, because if you had or listened, you know that's not what I do on here anyways. You know? I don't have any sponsors or anything. And Which, hey, I'll take some. Someone wants to give us some money, but like this has just been self-funded since 2019. But yeah, man, I'm glad you did reach out. I'm glad we called up and got you to get on.
Well, when I sent you that message yesterday, you said I'd rather just talk about stuff, and I was like that. I told my friend, I said, man, I think this guy's for real, because most people don't do that. They don't take up for what they want, just because if you don't, they're just going to sit here and talk about everything,
Yeah.
And
well, I want this to be genuine, and I don't want to talk about that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I got you.
And it's like, I'd rather talk about something that's like one person sees or hears this and knows about your organization. How many people do they know?
That would be wonderful.
That's going to be way more fulfilling than someone hears about your real estate business and may call you for a list. You know what I mean? That'd be great for your wallet.
Everybody knows 10 realtors, though. They
Right.
don't know a lot of people that give back to the community. And I always try to tell people, if you're not going to help me do something, help somebody else do something. Don't poke holes in it. A lot of people are like, well, he's doing this, he's doing that. So what are you doing? You're not doing anything. So maybe you need to look at yourself and not look at me. That's the hard part.
There's a lot of that. And I've noticed that being in this industry for the past 12 years now. It's like, in oil and gas, there wasn't that so much because everything's kind of clean slate. And when it's up, everyone's doing great. And when it's not, everyone's just trying to make it.
Correct.
But when you get into the Wild West of business and you local business owner, small business owner, and you get into all that, man, it's just a lot of riffraff stuff going on, and you don't really. There's some shicey stuff going. There's political stuff. There's shiciness going on. There's people that owe people money that no one knows about. There's all that shit, and then you see someone doing good, and some people just. I mean, at first, I feel like you got to have your guns out, for a minute to make sure it's legit, and then once you see it is, the last thing someone needs is to kill their vibe,
In 180 seconds, I can tell if you're genuine. I've failed a few times, but, I tell people the same thing, I'm a realtor, and it enables me to be Roy for free.
Yeah.
I don't make anything being Roy. And, I'll show you the books if you want to see them. They're kind of boring. They really looked good a couple of years ago because we got all kinds of money. We killed it in COVID, which sounds terrible. But things are different, and people... They've tightened it up a little bit, which is fine. We do toy drives. We did toy drive here, and without toy drives and without people, coming to our auctions or our golf tournaments, we're not going to be here. And I would just go back to the old help 20 kids and go home. But it's gotten bigger than. And everybody goes, what do you foresee it doing? I said, well, it was supposed to be like a year, 2 years. We're in 20 years into it, so I'll be 60 in August. I'm about ready to, and no one's going to take it. Somebody will take it. No one's going to take it. So when I stop, it stops.
That's the hard truth too, because it's true. That's true. I mean, I don't even know you that well. I'm telling you it's true because I know. Because it's like if it's a passion project like that, who else do you have? You're the one that has a passion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, of course, the people that hand you a toy or some cash, they have it for a second. But you have it every single day,
A lot of people want to go. They want to come meet the kids. We don't do that because the parents. It's a tough deal. We're going to try something a little bit different this year. We're going to try to take them to a spot and meet Santa. I'm hoping that works out really well for us. But it's tough, and nobody drives.
If they're in need and they're short of money, they probably don't have a vehicle.
You're going to pick them up?
Yeah.
No. Now you got.
Now we got to get a shuttle.
With that, and you got problems if anything happens.
Liability.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah, man. That's it's a lot of moving parts. People don't think about that.
No, they don't. They just I'll do that. Why didn't you pick her up and take her home? I was like, no.
Yeah.
No. So,
why didn't you do this? Did you see Did you see what happened recently with? I'm talking about business politics, I guess, for a second, but it made me think about it. Did you see what happened with fiber bond?
I love it.
I love it too. And then you see all the comments where they're talking shit. I'm like, dude, what is wrong with you? You have someone who just was hundreds of millions of dollars.
That's as good as it gets. I mean,
and giving it back to his employees, and you want to find a reason that there's something wrong with that, or trying to say you're evading taxes. You're not evading taxes, homie, at that check. No, the IRS is up your ass with that check. I promise you. They're watching everything you do. The fact that you're just willing to be nice enough to say, thank you for serving us. I hope you stay with us. Here you go. Pay off your mortgage.
Come run a nonprofit and see how many people poke at you. I won't say her name, but I would love to. I had a lady that worked for us. I loved her. I still don't understand what happened there, but she called me. She goes, Mike, they're talking about you. I was like, well, who, what? She goes, we bought a house in Arkansas. I was like, they said you use Roy's kids' money. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I was like, I'm a pretty decent realtor. My wife's a physician, and I've worked really, really hard, and I had a flip. I was like, so what did you say when they said that? She goes, well, I didn't know what to say. It's like, well, you're supposed to say it's bullshit. So you can't be around me if you're not going to defend those that you work with and work for. So like if somebody says something bad about you behind your back, and I know you not that well, but I'm going to say, well, let's call him. Let's get him involved. They don't do that anymore. They're like, well, is it real? Did that really happen? No. Did you really ask me that question?
Yeah. It's unfortunate, man.
It happens every time.
It's unfortunate.
I drive a CRV, baby.
Yeah, heck yeah.
You know, I mean, we've worked really hard for everything we've gotten, and I would probably be a lot better off if I have never done this, because it takes away from business.
You might be better off monetarily, but in your soul, bro, you know?
I got no qualms with Jesus when he talks to me. I'm going to be like, I'm in, right? Just for a little while. I just want my people to get in. That's what I tell my daughters. It's like, I'm just trying to get y'all in. If y'all get in, I'm good. So,
well, I mean, you got to start somewhere doing that. They see people seeing someone do that. I mean, how else do you get inspired? You got inspired from your brother and just what you said, a few moments, you had a little buzz, thought about your brother and thought you needed, and someone said, hey, man, you ought to give some money to someone. I mean, that's a spark of inspiration turned into something else. And then your kids get to watch that. You know, I think it's great. I think I grew up, well, you said you grew up poor. I did too. So, like, there wasn't people around me in my household doing things like that because there was an opportunity for them to do that. Right. So it's like I didn't see that shit. So it's like until I got into where I made my own money, then I try to find ways to do good things, you know?
Well, my mom had it. So my grandfather left us a house in a really great neighborhood. We didn't have any money.
Where'd you grow up at?
In Delaware, 1081 Delaware in South Highlands.
Oh, so you're a Yankee? Oh, I thought this said Delaware State, and you just said South Highlands. So you're a Yankee?
They tore our house down and built a $1 million house, but I'll never forget her putting all the credit cards out, figuring out which one she could use to do Christmas, and then pay this one off and do that. I overheard my brother and her talking one night, and he goes, well, what are we going to do for Christmas? And she goes, well, I don't have any money. He goes, well, let's just get Mikey something. Well, I heard that. I went and hit my piggy bank and got my brother a pair of bell-bottom jeans. I mean, I miss him so much, but there wasn't a lot to go around. It just wasn't. I mean, my mom wouldn't see. It wasn't cool to be poor back then.
No.
My mom got $161 a month Social Security check till I turned 18. That was it. She was a nurse. That was it. There was no help, no food stamps, because it just didn't.
Well, you're in that weird situation where you can't get them.
Right.
Well, we were too. Like we had WIC when we were younger, but I don't think we could. My mom was self-employed hairdresser, you know, until I was like 10. Then she met my stepdad, and then things started looking up for her, you know, and us. But like, and then my dad, I mean, he was in my life and he paid his child support, but still, that's not that much back then. I think it was $300 a month we'd get, you know. I would
crawl over hot glass for my kids. We were talking to a friend of mine who's going through a divorce. He goes, I'm gonna have to pay this. It's like, and he's like, well, whose side are you on? I was like, the kids, your side. You'll look back one day and say, I did right by my kids. You know, all my kids, we're still married. They're all in college and doing big thing.
I think there's a, and this is my opinion, because I mean, I have two myself. They're 10 and 11. But like, I think there's an excess. There's a bad side of that where they do everything for the kids, and then there's absolutely like no hope. You know what I mean?
I do too much.
I think which is, but also it's how you raise them, and then do they know that if you're doing it for them, are they using you, or do they appreciate? There's a lot of those things, right? And I think that's just and how you raise them and what they see. You know,
my kids haven't wanted for anything, but they're pretty humble about it. You know, they really are. They're not bougie, but some people would say they were. You know, I look at it and like, you got it going, girl. You know, you're good. So we have a deal. Good grade, stay out of trouble. I got you. And all that changes.
That's good. I mean, I don't think that's a bad. If that capability is there, I don't think that's a bad thing. Now, it's like if you keep messing up and I'm keep bailing you out and you wreck this car, you get arrested. You know, like and you're just pouring money into them. I've seen that happen. Hell, I see it happen with some of my damn kids that I grew up with, you know, and my family members and stuff that I see. I'm just like, God, man, like at some point you got to let them be an adult.
Now, my wife would probably agree with you on that, because I haven't really cut the cord yet. I
pull
them in a little bit.
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm saying like I'm talking about the enabling. Oh yeah, the enabling parents that just will not say no, like to a point where like they're going to be a better adult and human if you just let them figure some shit out on their own.
My girls hadn't put me in a situation like that.
That's great.
They've done their job.
Well, you did your job.
Well,
that's why they haven't.
Exactly.
Well, so you grew up here, so native here your whole life.
Yeah, born and raised.
See, I grew up in Halton, but not too far from here. But it's interesting the culture differences every 10 miles around here. It's so crazy, like how many different boxes there are, and like sometimes they don't cross over well. You know what I mean?
Well, I went to Loyola for a little while, and I didn't like it, so I dropped out of school at 16. My proudest moment, never will I say. And I look back on that. I should have stayed in school. But the people I went to school with, excuse me for the ones that are listening, are a bunch of pricks, rich pricks. And I was like, I didn't fit in at all. And I was like, Dad, I don't fit in. And he goes, well, get a job. I got a job. My boss found out that I didn't have a high school diploma or a GED. He goes, go get you a GED. Got one. Went to college for a little while. Overrated.
What'd you get? Like, what job was your first job? You said
Louisiana Downs. Well, I mean, I worked at Albertsons, but Louisiana Downs is my first real
legit job.
Oh my good God!
And so he was like, "Hey, man, you need to get you a GED to work here," kind of thing.
No, he let me keep my job because you're gonna have to get your GED.
He just wanted you to do better.
Yeah,
got you. What'd you do out there?
Landscaping.
Nice.
This is going to sound terrible. There was like 15, 16 black guys and like 2 white guys. And they made us be in charge. I'm in charge of grown men. I'm like 18 years old. It's like, Joe, they're not going to listen to me. It's just, they'll be fine. Man, they didn't. But I just got out there and started working.
I don't blame them. I wouldn't listen to you.
Well,
at 18.
When you got to work, they get out there. You're making us look bad. I'm not going to sit in the truck. We're working.
Yeah.
I mean, I need this money. It was a good job. But it was a hard job.
That's
hard.
I started working at, my family had a sawmill.
Let's talk about some work.
At 14, because we didn't have that much money, and I wanted my own money. And so like spring break, summer break, Christmas break, I'd go work. And I ended up working there a little bit before I turned 18 to graduate and all that. But no, it made me think of working with those guys. It's like I was working with prison release, inmates and stuff, and
even better.
Well, it's like I'm 14, 15 years old out there trying to work as hard as them. It was like I didn't want to look like my uncle and my grandpa run this place. I don't want to look like I'm getting handed anything, because they damn sure, I think I made $4 an hour. They damn sure wasn't handing me nothing. But it's like I didn't want to be out there and them see me as the young, family, the relative who's going to come in here and tell us what to do. I was like, nah, I never told anybody what to do. I just kind of, like you did, I just kind of put my head down and work with them. And they respect you more that way too.
They were friends. They were truly friends.
Yeah, this is all ages and nationalities. I mean, there's even a few women out there that worked, with the men. It's like from 20-something-year-olds to 50-something-year-olds guys out there working,
You can learn a lot from a 50-year-old guy. I don't want to be here when I'm 50.
Most definitely, especially if they're like working on getting out of prison. They've been in and out of prison for 20 years, and you hear a lot of stuff, man. But yeah, I mean, that was one thing. I feel you. It'll humble you quick, and also make you realize this is not what I want to do for a living. These guys drive here every day, and they're not going to ever do anything else.
I got lucky. I mean, I married the right person, and I got into the right game for me, real estate, and I just got lucky. I mean, somebody says, well, what's your secret to your success? It's like, well, I'm not that successful without my wife, because if she were not involved, none of it would have happened. She goes, you should sell real estate. I said, have you lost your mind? I called my mom. I was like, I think I want to do real estate. She goes, have you lost your mind? Anyway, I passed it. Here we are 26 years later. I'm going to do it till I die. It's the only thing I know how to do.
It's a good living, man.
Well, it enables me to do Roy's Kids.
Set your own schedule.
Cats, and some other stuff.
And you get to meet a lot of people and
met a lot
from
of people
all over the world, I'm sure.
Yeah.
How many, I mean, you got military people coming in all the time too? Like that's a huge market for real estate.
Yeah.
So I don't know, what's some more interesting moments from Roy's Kids you've ran into over the years?
Just 2 years ago, we got a call from a lady that said Santa missed her daughter. I was like, come again? Santa said he was coming and he didn't show up. Oh, that wasn't going to work. So I called my friend Lamar Player. He's a black Santa. And I said, I need you. He drives like a convertible Cadillac, or cataract as we would say. And we went to her house and we hooked her up. And then I found out it wasn't her daughter. It was her niece or whatever. But it didn't matter because she's raising them. And it was great. I mean, she came out and she was like, wow. She pulled his beard to make sure it was real. And it was really cool. Stories like that, there's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of so stories too. You're like, yeah, really? But watching watching Kayla and Suzanne work it, and just they'll tell me, well, we're doing this, and this person, we want to help this person because of this. And they check them out.
Yeah. So how do you vet them, or how do they vet them?
Facebook is
a lot of Facebook stalking.
A lot of Facebook stalking.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law, God rest her soul, she dropped, these are the good kids and these are the bad kids. I said, oh my God. Well, she goes, you should see their mother. So, if the mom's on Facebook smoking a blunt, probably not going to make the cut, and and I'm not going to be, this is going to sound terrible, but when you show up with, $1,000 phone, driving a Lexus with, decked out, nice nails, why are you here?
Yeah, no, I agree.
And now some, I can play the part. They come in, you're like, I want to help you more because you're humble and you want your kids to have something.
And you're probably killing you to ask. That's I think the best thing, because I did some stuff with, I know you've had to work with them. You've been doing this long. Northwest Louisiana Food, is it Food Bank? Not Food Bank. No, there's a food pantry. We would do, community something. It's in
Common Ground?
Common Ground. Yeah, Common Ground Community.
Those are my people.
Dude, you talk about humbling. I went and served those people one evening. Yeah, it's crazy. They're so proud. Like that program, just so people don't know how they do, if they're still doing what I think they're doing, like the Christmas program, like we would have a toy drive every year, which I want to start that back up next year or partner with you on it or something so I can help you, whatever.
Sure.
But I love that because we would partner with Citizens Bank. Shout out to Dallas on this because she brought us in on it. We would take these toys and we would gather them up and get all of our clients and friends and we'd gather them all up and then we would take them over there.
Right.
And what they do is they have a store.
It's a marketplace.
Yes, because they don't. These people are, they're the work. They would consider the working poor.
Yeah,
they're too proud to ask someone to do anything for them, so they set up this marketplace. And maybe I have like a $20 GI Joe. Well, Common Ground's only charge you $1 for it, and they get to go in there and feel like they're spending money and getting their kids something.
And they did it themselves,
and it doesn't hurt them. They didn't have to ask for anybody. And then, man, I'm getting kind of teared up thinking about it because we served them too. Yeah. Which was awesome. Because I was like, oh man, I'm just another privileged white dude in here handing out food. But it wasn't that. It was all types of nationalities and people. And they would come in and, they were so happy to, and we're giving them stuff. And we're not serving them like soup plates. We're giving them, like, they're coming in there shopping for groceries.
I got to do the first one and it was the greatest thing ever. And I work with Matt and Vicky over there. They have a basketball team of about 20 to 30 kids, and those kids don't stand a chance. So anytime we can do something cool for them, we've taken them to movies, we take them to eat. Sometimes they took them out to the corn maze. I'm still waiting on my picture, Vicky. We got them like 40 basketballs for 40 kids, and those kids are cool. And these two people have given their lives up to go hang out with a bunch of inner city kids. Now they have the same criteria. You come, you get a snack, you do your homework, we play basketball.
Yeah.
And there's no in between. You're going to do your homework.
What's the criteria for the families in the pantry? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Josh, will you pull up? We had a question earlier. I don't want to forget it. So you pull up the average give percentage of a nonprofit? Or I guess the average amount of money that actually goes to the cause.
Yeah, it stays with them.
Stays with them, yeah.
That's not really
No. I'm looking for how much actually stays in the nonprofit.
How much money?
Because the larger these nonprofits are, they have to pay a salary to this person and this, and then by the time all that money's gone, there's only X amount of dollars left.
Of every dollar, how much it stays with the nonprofit? That would be a better way to say it.
It's just an average, of course. But it brings light. People need to understand when we're talking about these things, like what it is you're doing and also how much money is actually going back to the, so 65 to 70%, 75% or more.
Well, we're killing it then.
Yeah, you're doing great. You're at 90.
At least.
With many efficient charities spending 80 to 90 cents on programs out of, yeah, okay.
It just comes down to whoever's running it. If they had to have a salary, then it's not going to work. It'll work, but raise 100,000. I need 50. Sorry.
You'll raise a lot more.
Yeah, well, yeah. I had a friend of mine goes, "You should get paid." I was like, "No, I'm not doing that. I'm just not. Have I? No. no. And I was, no, not doing it.
Yeah.
It takes the fun out of it for me, and every year I say, is this the year I take money? Nope.
Yeah. I need to turn this into a nonprofit. I don't make any money doing this. But I love it, man. So I don't care. But no, I think that, I think it's cool. I just think I think anytime, I've worked with so many different nonprofits over the years, and in marketing, it's always hard because most nonprofits don't have that big of a budget.
Right.
So it's like, let me see if I can partner in sponsorship somehow with you and help you there, trade or whatever. But it's I don't know, it's fulfilling, man, just to be able to help.
We've done this without any marketing. I've reached out to a few people, and they never really do what they say they're going to do. And I won't say their name, but there's one. I can't even use them because they do another nonprofit that helps kids. It's like, so I can't give you money for advertising. I was like, that just totally sounds fucked up. But it's okay because I haven't. Facebook is, we pretty much do it. I open the door and just yell, and hopefully somebody's listening.
Yeah.
And what I really hate more than anything is like, we're going to do this auction March 21st, and I'm going to have people say, well, I didn't hear about it. So, are you on my Facebook? You are? Okay, then I talk about it.
Yeah.
I lay the seeds, water them, it grows, we go. I didn't know about it, Mike.
Or is it a lot of times that's just because they didn't show up and they feel bad and we'll say that.
And that's
too.
okay.
Yeah, and that's
I would
fine.
rather you just say,
Say, hey man, I didn't make it, I couldn't make it or whatever.
Hey, I tell people, kids first, family, work. If you can come on. It's a Saturday night. Come hang out. You can't come, send us $20.
Yeah.
And then they said they're going to do that, then I'll send the 28 there. So, and that's okay. That's okay. I don't hold it. If I hold it against them, then I'd stop talking to a lot of people. But the poor people give more. I'll just tell you that. There's a lot of rich people out there that give a little bit. But I mean, if I had a lady give me like $20 once, I thought, I can't take your money. She goes, you better take it. And
especially those old ladies.
Oh my God,
dude, they will give you everything. Like, I'm just like, man, the amount of money that the church gets, they could be doing something better with it. I mean, nothing against church. I'm just saying, like, those old ladies that they're spending every bit of their Social Security every damn weekend.
My grandmother gave most of her money to the church, and my dad was furious. I was like, you should have stopped it when you could. It was too late.
Man, my grandpa, before he died, he had a stroke, and then he would get like the Alzheimer kick, like stuff would happen. He'd lose memory or whatever. Like I think they call it sundowns. Like later in the evening, he would lose. Yeah, he didn't know where he was at, and like that lasted a couple months, and he ended up bouncing back before he had a second stroke and died. But these ladies, this is an old scam. It was probably some guy in wherever, Iraq or whatever. But like it was no one here locally. They would call and they would get you to send them money, and then they would say they were like a female, and then they would write letters. And man, we're still trying to figure out to this day how much cash he probably mailed these people, and that's an old scam. Way before now, dude, you can AI someone and say it's someone else, and dude, they can bleed these old folks dry, man.
So you ever get those messages that says, "Hey, how are you doing today?" On your phone?
Yeah.
You know what they're doing? They're warming your phone up.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I was like, so I was sitting there playing with them. Don't play with them because they're warming your phone up. I said, what do you mean? They want all your information in your phone, and your phone has everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
I
need the old flip phone. That's what I want.
Yeah, man, I miss those. I used to text, drive a Standard, and smoke a cigarette at the same time.
The text when you got 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but you didn't have to look at it because you could remember what.
Yeah.
Like multi-tap what.
But you had to do like 3 to make the letter.
This is C. This is
God.
The multi-tap. You had 3 letters on each number. Yeah, this kid's.
You're
kids
older
today.
than you look.
I'm 36, man. I don't know if that makes sense.
You'd be my son. Damn it.
But I don't know, man. I grew up quick. That's what I tell everybody. I'm like, man, I'm on like my 3rd adult life. I've lived 2 other ones prior to this. It was just different.
Life is stages, though, man. It's you grow up, you get married, you have kids, and then they leave, and that sucks pretty good. I got 2 living in one house away from us, and then one's with us, and I'm just like, she's gonna leave eventually.
And then you're gonna have grandkids for too long, man. You'll have another stage of life.
Yeah,
you know?
Oh.
The odds are pretty good if you got 3 of them. At least one of them have you some grandkids. No, man. Well, I don't know, man. What else you want to talk about? Anything you want to plug or anything?
You want to talk about Casper's cats? So
what is that? I don't know anything about this.
I'm glad. I'll bring it up real quick. So I had a cat named Casper. He is in our neighborhood, live in Spring Lake. He's a white cat, beautiful cat. They got him fixed, and somebody's supposed to come adopt him. Well, they didn't come get him. So I come home one day, and this cat's sitting in my front in my driveway with my daughter, my youngest, and she goes, "This cat just won't leave me alone." He's like, "Let me in." I was like, "No." Anyway, we have 2 female cats and 2 dogs at the time. Anyway, we let him in, and he's an inside outside, and my mother-in-law was going through some really, really tough cancer, and I keep thinking that God sent this cat to us. Anyway, she passed away, and then my father-in-law passed away like 3 months later. It was just couldn't be any worse for my wife. And then the cat went missing, and I was like looking for this fucking cat everywhere. Knocked on every door, talked to everybody, and then I found out that his name was Lincoln and Rocky in 2 different households. I was like, okay. So my friend Bennett Renata used to run a digital billboard. He ran an ad for me, put a reward out there. So I'm getting these calls and say, hey, I think your cat's here. So I'm going here, I'm going there. I said, baby, I got to go. And she's like, it's not, I got to go. It's in Halton. I got to go.
Yeah.
Anyway, so now I found a bunch of colonies of cats that are feral. So I feed about 9 to 10 feral colonies every day. We do a trap and release program. Do a lot of stuff with Robinson's Rescue, some with Caddo, and it's, if you ask me right now to make a choice, I like it. I like it, and they don't bitch.
So that's another nonprofit.
It is.
That's cool.
No one's really helping me with that except 2 girls that want to remain anonymous. I love you both, and they know who they are. And it's I got 6 people that give me $100 a month. It costs $850 a month to run the deal, so we're $250 a month short, but we got like $7,000 in the bank. And I told Kayla, I was like, I'll run it for a year. We're gonna try 1 year and see how it goes. My goal is to trap and release 400. We've done 600 so far.
How does that work?
You got a cat in your backyard. You're like, Mike, I get this cat. I'll show up. I put a trap out there. I put some bait in it. He goes in it. It springs. You call me, say, I got him. Put a towel around him. I'll be there at 6:30 in the morning, pick him up, take him to Robinson's Rescue, get him fixed, bring him back. Bring him back
to them?
It's not a trap and remove. It's trap and release. Yeah, we bringing them back. Where are you going to take them? See, they live there. People don't understand that these.
So you're just getting them fixed to keep them from reproducing because you already got however many hundreds of them.
There must be 100,000 cats in Highland.
Dude, there's like 100 back here. Yeah. I see a different one every day. I'm like, damn.
And there shouldn't be.
No.
But no one. If somebody says, we don't like dogs, I love dogs, but there's a lot of dog people out there. There's not a lot of cat people. There's some, but it's just, and we fight each other too. We fight over money and trying to do this, and I want to help this person and help.
Dude, the dog people trip me out, and look, nothing against people that are dog people, but I've never said this, but I'm gonna say it because I don't care. I just got to be honest. Like, it makes no absolute sense to me for these people, and I know a lot of these like your younger couples that don't have kids yet. And you may bring your dogs to breakfast and brunch and all that. I don't know. No judgment. No. But it just makes no sense to me to drag a dog to a public setting where all these people are here making noise, especially like down here when they're having a band and all this stuff.
Yeah.
They're going to be extremely like
agitated.
Yeah, like just freaked out, stressed out. And then not to mention there's other dog owners, so there's other dogs out here that are, it's like, dude, it just makes no sense. It's like you're doing that for yourself. You're not doing it for the dog. I can understand a little old lady that the dog jumps in the car and wants to go to Sam's with her or whatever. I get that. But you dragging this big ass dog around.
It's a service dog.
Yeah, that's a whole other ball game. Because look, there's people that do have legit needs for those, and there's people that just at that point anybody can have a damn service dog.
I'm gonna stay home with my dog though if I need a service dog.
But yeah, the taking the dogs to brunch and shit just trips me out. And look, nothing. Some people may get pissed off, but I don't care. This is my opinion. Whatever. I don't think that's rocket science to realize that dog's probably not happy to be there, especially when you're put into position to like just be stressed the hell out even more than it needed.
I couldn't agree more.
And you're potentially a liability for someone getting bit or something like that. Hell, someone got bit back out here because someone had one and a server got too close and they snapped at it. Just because it's the dog trying to protect the owner, kind of thing.
There's certain places for stuff like that, and that's like a dog park.
Which is great.
Yeah, not an event.
No, a dog park's great. You just bring them and hang out, and they run around and play with other dogs, kind of like taking your kids to the park, I feel like. But you're in a controlled environment. But anyways, that just made me think about that. I'm going to talk shit for a second.
It's okay.
I have to sometimes, man. I just got to be honest, man. That's my opinion. If someone doesn't agree with it, that's cool.
I think you need some people to support you. Because I've been watching you for a while. You throw some plans out there so somebody can say, I want to be a part of that.
Yeah, man. Here's the biggest thing with that. Believe it or not, I have a really broad audience. I started this podcast in 2019 and COVID hit, And I started having people on from all over the world. And so my audience is really broad. If you look at the metrics, it's like I have a lot of stuff in the Midwest. I have a lot of stuff in Texas. Like a lot of listeners. I have some on the West Coast, and I have a lot, believe it or not, on the East Coast. And it's interesting, like, where does it fit for someone at a local level? Is it that, it's like one of those things, do I get, or do I just, I don't know, man. So I've been battling that. Also, it's like I don't want to sell out, and I don't want to be sitting here reading ad reads of shit that I don't really care about, too. Right. You know what I mean?
We'll get you a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
And then be like, I love just, Nick Saban. Here's my Coke.
Yeah, just sit it right there nonchalantly. But, I mean, at one point, Rain was sponsoring me, and they gave me probably 100 cases of energy drinks. And so for the first start of the podcast, I had those on. But I did that because I wanted to seem relevant.
Right.
I was like, I got Rain. I want to see relevant. I might be a legit podcast. Now I'm just like, dude, I'm just going to keep it real. If someone wants to support it that are, interest align, not political or anything like that, but just like in business, or if it's a supplement or something like that, if we align, I would do it. But I don't think I would just let Joe Blow's Roofing Company, you know what I mean, or whatever.
I got you.
But that's just me, man. I don't know. I feel like the moment I start trying to make money off this, that it's going to become a job.
Yeah, I mean, and
maybe like what you do, like it's like you're not. The moment you probably try to start taking a paycheck, then at that point it's like, is it even fun anymore?
Man, I've got so many things going on in my everyday life. My free time is when I get up and go feed some cats. Somebody says, "Well, I'm just laid back, feed a cat."
So where are these cats at? They're just hanging out in certain, like, you have little, like, do they have little gangs? Like, where this
little gangs? Yeah. I dare you to get in the car with me one day. I've had a few people do it. It takes about an hour and 15 minutes. I usually leave the house around. It just varies. If I leave at 6:30, I'll be back by 8, and I just do a big circle. I come to Bossier a little bit. I try to stay away from Bossier, but there's some cats stuck at Lucky Palace that it's just bad.
The old one?
Yeah, it's bad.
How many?
10, 15. But
okay.
There's some kittens that I'm trying to lure to take them, and they're wild as hell, so I don't know if anybody's going to want them. We need a barn cat program or something, but there's just not a lot of opportunity.
What's that, a barn cat
program?
Well,
like you got to,
like a street cat?
No, like you own some land out in the country, you got a couple
horses. You just have a bunch of cats out there.
Yeah.
Oh, then there's some rich old white ladies can go do yoga with them and shit.
Just make sure if you feed them, you should fix them.
Yeah.
That's what I try. And I've got 9 colonies, and I told the girls, I was like, I just want to fix these colonies. And like Canes down on Kings Highway, they've got some that were left by the lawyers, I guess, and they'll run in the street and get run over, and it breaks their heart. I said, well, we're going to have to move them. So it's harder to do that, though, but most everybody in...
so these are just neighborhood cats you're just trying to keep from producing too much more, reproducing too
most
much
people in rescue, we're all batshit crazy, really, at the end of the day. We really are, and... we do take things wrong. I've had people cuss me and say, you can't feed these guys. It's like, well, I'm going to probably be here tomorrow morning, so I get it,
Why? Because they don't want them around their place or whatever?
Yeah, but they won't.
They're going to be there anyway.
They won't take any responsibility then, Help me fix them and get them to stop producing, because you can't just kill them. I mean, I guess you could, but I'm not going to do that.
No.
But I'll tell you what, I've grown. I don't cry over dead animals anymore. I was like, okay, God needed that one.
You've probably seen quite a bit now.
I got a shovel in the back of my truck, and if I see one, I stop and I pick it up, and I pick trash up when I'm out there feeding them, because I just think that I'm not going to walk over something and take a picture. Look what I found. No, you pick it up and you move on.
I know, dude.
It drives me nuts.
I get like that back there. If I walk by, I'm like, shit, I just walked by this cup. I got to turn around and pick it up. Like, I can't, even though it's not my job, it's like, I don't want to contribute to just being a lazy ass and just walking by a piece of trash.
I tell people, if you walk by, it's the same as you throwing it out there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you have the capability of picking it up, yeah.
A lot of people don't want to do that, though. They want to take a picture and talk about something. And I get that. I understand wanting to talk to people. I like to talk, but I mean...
it's just because that makes them feel relevant for a second. You know what I mean?
Go back to the poking holes things. If they're not doing something good, they'll find something you're not doing good.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, isn't it funny? Like, it's funny how something bad shared is going to get... something bad posted is going to get shared a lot more than something good posted. I'm sure you see that every single day with your industry. But it's like... yeah, man, it's unfortunate, but also like that's clickbait, man. That's what people want to see. People want to see the horrible shit.
I look at some of the stuff. I mean, I try to do the TikTok thing to raise money for Casper's Cats, and all of it's all fake. I'm like, who watches this stuff?
I'm not even on there, man.
Who watches this stuff? I mean, a snake coming out of a. It's AI is scary.
That is a good look. That's a good point because I've been thinking about it lately a lot. Because with our industry, I thought it was going to kill us. It's different because I think people still, especially in small business, respect a face-to-face.
Oh yeah,
conversation, contact, and also that they could trust you. But man, it's interesting because in 5 years, someone will be able to make this show. Like I'm not at no scale where I've said every word where people hasn't, they don't have thousands. Like someone can remake a whole Joe Rogan episode right now because he said so much stuff that they literally can make him say it. And
that's crazy.
But for this show, like in 5 years, somebody could probably just put someone right there and do it. And it's like, and you wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. And I'm using that as an example, but if you imagine what's going to happen with politics, because like, is this really the individual representing you talking to you, or is it computer generated? Like, because we're not far from that. And then how the hell do you tell the difference? At some point, you're not going to be able to. And then even if they're saying that there's this equipment that could show you the difference, who's to say they can't alter that equipment to only show you what they want,
Well, I mean, Terminator.
It's happening, man.
It is happening.
Skynet. It's just happening in a different way, I think. Different format. Like, I don't think a bunch of robots are going to show up with guns. I think they're just going to kill us with disease or whatever else,
I think they're going to starve us out, make it too expensive to eat. That's what I'm seeing. Because I talk to a lot of people that are broke, and I'm like, but you work a full-time job, and so does there's no money left. I mean, I couldn't imagine making $50,000 and having 3 kids and a wife. That's no money.
Yeah,
I mean, people say, well, that's no money.
Not now. And then housing's so expensive. Rent, they don't have good enough credit to buy. Rent's double what a mortgage would be.
All my rentals are full, and I don't go up on rent though. I'm like, let's not go up on rent. Let's just leave it alone. I want them all to succeed. I try to be a very good landlord, but when I used to rent in Highland, it was $230 a month for my share.
Back in the day.
Let's go.
That's nice. My first trailer house note was $312 a month, and I bought it new. It was $27,000.
That's awesome,
dude. It was great, and I thought I had it. I did have it made, but then the only thing I ever want to do is get me a brick house, and then my house went up to $1,200. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like life changed significantly. But with how much money I had disposable income at that point. But yeah, it is funny how, and I mean the vehicles I had on average were $5,000 or $6,000 vehicles. They weren't $60,000 vehicles.
I know. A friend of mine got a truck and he says $89,000. I was like, I could have bought 2 rent houses for that. No, I mean my CRV probably cost me $40,000. I wish I hadn't, but you can't. There's nothing to buy.
You can't get anything, and then if you do get a beater, it's a piece of shit. Like you can't get nothing. You can't get nothing good for less than $15,000, man.
No, it's nothing.
It's gonna have 150,000 miles on it and all kind of issues.
Unless your uncle loves you and he's not driving it.
Exactly, and those are like the rare barn find. You know what I mean? Like it's so and so one owner, and and he's just letting you have it because he don't care and it's paid for. But you don't see that much either. You don't see any paid off vehicles anymore. No. It's like you just see a constant rollover of people trading stuff in and getting in more debt and more debt and more debt.
The best thing that happened to me in the last year with that, I mean, we paid one of my daughter's cars off and it felt good.
I bet.
And I mean, I'm about to pay another one off and that's going to feel even better. Because I went from not having zero money out to having a couple, and it's expensive.
And they're all similar ages too, so it's hitting you all the same time.
Yeah, and teenage drivers. Well,
their insurance
they're all 20 something, but still, it's the same thing.
Insurance is high. That too, man. Well, anything else for you to wrap this thing up, dude?
I love what you guys are doing here. I love that y'all brought. This is a part of Bossier that was just kind of dead.
Yeah.
I feel safe here. I love coming here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't wait to see you on the 9th hole when they're turning.
Yeah, man.
I think that's going to happen.
We'll put it on the calendar. I can commit this far out.
You need to come to the auction March 21st. Bring your wife. Come hang out with us.
I would, but I think we're doing a High Rocks competition that weekend. Let me check my calendar.
And that's fine. But see, I try to tell people.
I'll at least share some stuff and get some people there for you.
Well, that would be great.
Drop some stuff off. I can donate some stuff.
Well, tell me about
what do they do there? So if you do auctions, anyone can donate
anything. Silent
stuff that people are gonna
buy,
of course, something of some value.
So you do advertising, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about that.
Oh man, I don't like talking about my business on here.
We're talking about his business. I mean, I feel like that you should, but I'll leave you alone.
I don't know. I just do not want to. I want it to come. I just want to come. I guess I want it to the hardest. I want it to be as hard as possible.
Everybody needs a Powell in real estate. Kind of corny. So, okay.
I will say this. I market other businesses, and
Sure.
I'm really good at it. And I find ways. The gift I have is I find ways to connect people. And I figure out how they're interchangeable. Whether you're a client of mine or someone I know, or someone I'm not going to connect someone with someone I've never worked with.
Sure.
But even if someone you've never given me any money, if I think there's an opportunity for either one of you to benefit, I'm a connector, and I'm just good at that. And so I use that strategy in running this business, and it works for me. Could I have sold out and be a multi-millionaire by now? Yeah, but it wouldn't feel good anymore.
It's not selling out though. It's selling a little bit, but to keep doing what you want to do.
Yeah. No, I'm saying, I
get it.
I could have been taking kickbacks this whole time and giving people this and 10% that. And
I've never taken any kickbacks.
I can't, man. I'd just rather just refer you.
Yeah.
Just let me refer you.
Yeah.
I don't want to stay out of it, because then I don't want to say you owe me something, you know?
Right.
But so that's just kind of how the business model's been built. We have a great team. My wife, you know, she heads up all the design and the analytics stuff. His wife does design and social. We have another partner who does, Thomas, who does a lot of the social stuff. Josh handles all the video for the business.
He's very quiet.
He's normally not. He normally talks a lot. And he handles the video stuff, man. So with that, we just have a great team. And then we're able to work with all these guys down here, you know, and it's just we're constantly finding ways to cross-market these businesses with other businesses. And it's fits.
Successful. It's working.
Yeah, it fits, man. I feel like the moment we realized that we could work, everyone can work together, and there's no competition. It's just like in your industry, right? You're not going to throw shade on anyone in real estate, because you all eventually have to cross to an extent. You know what I'm saying?
There's two I don't care for, but for the most part.
But it's not because it's something you did. It's probably something they did.
Yeah.
Like some of those people just, I can't believe so-and-so. I can't believe. I've seen it all with real estate and mortgages. The people talk shit and whatever. But like, if you would all just work, like not you, but like if everyone would just work together, like any other marketing company, I will never talk shit about. I'll work with anyone. Any other whatever, I'll never talk shit about, because it's just like, I remember that mentality in oil and gas. I remember how cutthroat it was.
Very cutthroat.
And I like realized that when I got in this industry, I was like, if I just work with everyone to an extent. Now, if you fuck me over, you know, or fuck someone else over, then I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna talk bad about you. I'm not gonna smash you.
But you
like,
remember.
I remember, and I'm just not gonna do that. I'm not gonna make that mistake anymore. But like in oil and gas, it was like, dude, everyone would be so upset because someone used someone else. I'm like, dude, it's free enterprise. You have to all kind of work. You know, it's give and take. You can't have all the business. You know.
Everybody knows 5 realtors.
Yeah.
Also do some construction on the side. I can't wait to get a part of that. So maybe I'll talk to you after we're off the air about doing some of that.
Yeah.
But I always say, you know, promote yourself. If you're doing good stuff, you keep doing good stuff by you got to pay the bills.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
That's it, man. I promote everyone I work with, and I think that comes back tenfold for me. So.
Can I have that skateboard?
Hell no, dude. Jason Ellis sent
me
that.
Who it is.
Yeah.
I've been looking at it.
He was on my podcast.
That's pretty awesome.
I had him on the podcast. That was like one of my, I couldn't believe it moments, like
that's
pinch myself moment. You know what I mean?
He brought it with him?
No, he was on it during COVID, like via Zoom. But still, I was stoked about it.
You should be.
No, he had those released about 6 months ago, and I DM'd him, and he sent me one. I was like, hell yeah, dude.
That's pretty awesome.
And it goes along with the business too, so it's kind of cool.
I like it up here. It's very. Is there another way to get up, or just that one way?
Got to go up the spiral staircase, man.
Not good for
we
all
are
people.
handicap accessible. I did have
like a little
paralyzed. No, I had a paralyzed individual on the podcast up. The first time we had him on, G, shout out to G. He's a wheelchair bodybuilder. But I had him on the first time, and we set up a remote podcast down in Bayou Axe. To accommodate him. And he's like, dude, fuck that. Next time you're carrying me up the stairs. So me and Josh carried him up the stairs up here in his wheelchair. But there's another staircase on the side we used.
Okay.
But yeah, man. So it's not ADA compliant up here, so I can't really,
talk about it.
It's not, but it's also not a public facing business. So
okay. I can't thank you enough for having me.
Yeah, man.
So remember, there's no wrong way to help a kid. You see a cat out back, you want to get it fixed, holler. I'm on Facebook. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you.